Hi guys, this is Raghav here from Headphone Zone, and this is the Headphone Zone X Tangzu Warner 2, our latest collaboration along with Tangzu, and this is an absolutely stunning IEM, easily one of the most exciting launches of the year, and I'm going to tell you all about it in today's video. So, for those of you who aren't familiar, for us audiophiles, the Tangzu Warner is really not a new IEM. It's been around for a while, and virtually everywhere you look on YouTube, you'll have reviewer after reviewer telling you that they are the best sounding IEMs that you can get for less than 2000 rupees, and not just here in India, really anywhere in the world. So last year, we collaborated along with Tangzu to launch the Headphone Zone X Tangzu 101. It actually released exactly 1 year ago to the date. And over the course of the last 12 months, it's gone on to become easily one of the best-selling IEMs that we have here at Headphone Zone. We've shipped out hundreds of thousands of Headphone Zone X Tangzu Warners that have gone on to audiophiles all across India. And every time I see somebody walking around with those beautiful blue IEMs in their ears, you immediately find that the face lights up when they recognize me and they're dying to tell me how much they've enjoyed listening to these new IEMs. The reviews have been just overwhelmingly positive, not just because they sound good, but also because they look absolutely stunning. They're absolutely gorgeous. So, this year, Tangzu launched an upgraded version to the Tangzu Warner. They call it the Warner 2. Now, a lot has changed in the last year, right? You've got a whole bunch of brands who've released successors to very, very popular IEMs, especially in that budget segment. You had the Moonrock Chew, which has now got the Chew 2. You've got the 7-Watt Salmon Zero, which now has the Zero 2. So it was really no surprise when Tangzu released an upgraded version, which was the Warner 2. But it's not just a minor upgrade. They've taken everything that we love about the Tangzu Warner and really elevated it with the Warner 2. And it's, of course, been a standout success. Audiophiles around the world swear by it. They really, really love the way it sounds. They love the comfort. And they most importantly appreciate the upgrades that Tangzu has given on the Warner 2 as compared to the Warner 1 without charging more money for it. It's really incredible what you can get for 2000 rupees right now. So when Tangzu reached out to us at Headphone Zone to say, would you guys like to create another successor to the Headphone Zone X Tangzu 101 based on the Warner 2? We were, of course, going to say yes. You'd be a fool to say no. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what has given us the Headphone Zone X Tangzu Warner 2, which is being made specifically for us here in the Indian audiophile community. And the design is one that is completely inspired by the heritage and culture of India. They've taken a lot of design cues and aesthetics from it. It's still distinctly Tangzu, and it looks absolutely stunning and absolutely beautiful to have and to hold in your hand. And I could not be more prouder to talk to you all about it today. So let me talk a little bit about the design of the Warner 2. Now, this is a beautiful looking IEM. I mean, it just looks so much better in real life. I'm not sure if the videos and the photos are going to do it justice. Tangzu has created this ear shell out of acrylic, and it's a really, really rounded, well-made ear shell. It's really, really durable. It's not something that's going to break easily. And they've, of course, used the iconic electric blue that you see on so many of Headphone Zone's collaboration models. It's really inspired by the brand colors of Headphone Zone. And this particular one is not just plain electric blue. It's also got this beautiful transparency that is there in these shells, so they look absolutely amazing. I love to be able to look inside the earphones to see the dynamic drivers, and that's what this transparent shell allows you. But the star of the show is really the faceplate. The faceplate is got this beautiful gold inlay work which has been made with such an intricate amount of detail that I have no idea how they pulled it off. And that's basically sandwiched between the clear acrylic on the faceplate. So when you've got it on, you may not be able to notice the intricacy and the details when you're wearing them. But certainly if you hold it in your hand, it's absolutely phenomenal. And it's distinctly Indian. They've taken so many design cues from Indian heritage, Indian architecture, even Rangoli patterns, and they've constructed this beautiful pattern that even incorporates the Headphones Zone logo right in the center, for which I have to say I'm so deeply grateful to Tangzu. They said that they wanted to make sure that they speak the design language of Headphone Zone and have the Headphone Zone logo on it. And to me, it's a beautiful gesture that shows the amount of confidence that they have, not just on Headphone Zone, but the Indian audiophile community. I also want to talk a little bit about how this is an upgrade and it's different from the Warner One in so many ways when it comes to the design. So number one, it's a much smaller shell and one which is a lot more rounded and smoother. So for a lot of people, you found that this is a little bit more comfortable to wear, especially for extended hours as compared to the Tangzu 101. The other thing was that the Tangzu 101 had a slightly longer nozzle, whereas this is slightly shorter. So you find that it feels a little bit more comfortable in your ear. It gives you a slightly more snug fit. So I think in terms of just comfort, the 102 is quite a significant upgrade over the old 101 in so many ways that I definitely think that the few rare people that didn't find that the Tangzu 101 was very comfortable for the ears should have absolutely no problems with the 102. The other major upgrade is the cables. You'll find that the cables are now so much better as compared to the first generation cables. These are a lot sturdier, they feel much nicer to the skin, they feel almost a lot more premium than what you should be getting at this entry level price point. And of course, we've got two cable options. You've got the 3.5 mm cable, which comes along with an inline microphone, which I highly recommend for people who have a dedicated dongle jack. That's what brings out the best sound quality from these IEMs. And we have a second variant which has a USB-C cable included in the box. Now, this is basically for people who want convenience over and above sound quality, where they don't want to carry two devices, a dongle jack and an IEM. They just want one device that they can plug and play along with their smartphones. The USB-C works perfectly fine with almost all the smartphones which are out there, and it comes with an inline mic, making sure that it's convenient for any beginner audiophile that's in the hobby. Both the cables are huge upgrades from the first generation. You've absolutely got no microphonics and much more durable. Now, the other difference, which is a little bit more subtle but equally important, is now that the cable connectors have been upgraded from a QDC connector to a standard 2-pin connector. Now, the QDC connector is something that you'll find on most KZ-IEMs. It's really popular with people who use KZ-IEMs. But the 2-pin connector is the industry standard. You'll find that a lot of higher-end IEMs all use the 2-pin connector. So this kind of opens up the gateway to actually using other kinds of balanced cables, including more premium ones that you may have, and they work absolutely perfectly along with the Tangzu 102. Now, the third upgrade, and this is actually my favorite one, is that in the box, you now get 6 different ear tips. That's 3 sets of the standard ear tips, and you get 3 sets of the Tangzu Sanchai ear tips. Now, these Sanchai ear tips are basically something that Tangzu has spent many, many months developing, and they're considered to be amongst the best ear tips out there in the market, and they themselves cost 1,000 rupees a set. So when you put that in perspective, Tangzu's included 1,000 rupees set of ear tips for free along with the 2,000 rupee IEM, which I think is just so incredibly generous of them. Now, these Tangzu Sanchai ear tips, they sound very good. They're very, very comfortable. They've got a beautiful texture on the ear tips themselves, which makes it very different from the standard silicon ear tips which are out there. If you have a quick look at them, you'll see why these are really, really nice, beautiful premium ear tips. And I love the fact that Tangzu included these along with the 102. So the shape, the design, the upgraded cables, and the upgraded ear tips just makes this a complete package that I think gives you so much more value for money as compared to Generation 1. So, one of the things that a lot of people ask me is why the Tangzu is a better sounding IEM in my opinion as compared to all these other options at the same price point. And my answer is it's not better. But what it does do is that it's got the best of all worlds. There are people who want to have that low end of a JD1, and then there are people who do want that neutrality and reference and beautiful emphasis on the mid range and the treble of the Savnot Zero. To me, the Tangsu gets you the best of both worlds. It's a beautifully balanced IEM. You hear almost everything in equal proportion. But at the same time, it's got that little bit of punch in the low end that makes it a fun listening IEM. To me, when I compare this to virtually all the other IEMs at the 2000 rupee price point, I think it's probably got the best vocals and mid-range of the lot, which is really the USP and the strength of this tuning. You will not hear richer vocals from any other IEM at this price point. In terms of specifications, the hardware is still a single dynamic driver, but this is a great example of what a well-tuned, capable dynamic driver can sound like. Now, as compared to the Tangsu 101, which was the first generation, you'll find that the driver themselves have been upgraded a little bit. It seems to be a little bit more stiffer, and this basically allows it to be a little bit more drivable. So you'll find that it's a little louder, it's a little bit more tighter on the low end. The bass seems a little bit crisp out there. But I think the biggest difference is the fact that the treble just sounds so much more sparkly, so much more faster. The sibilance is not there at all. And you find that the transients just feel so much more lush and lifelike. Subtle changes, but changes that I think should be audible to most people when they compare them with an AB, comparison out there. And they should probably find that the 1 or 2 just feels a little bit more lifelike, a little bit more believable. I wouldn't say the difference is night and day. It can't be. It's a similar IEM with a similar driver configuration at the same price point. But what it is a second generation. It's a refinement. It just improves the things that people may have given as feedback and does it with a little bit of respect to not change the sound signature altogether. I can't say the same thing for a whole bunch of other brands. The Moondrop Chew 2 sounds totally different from the Chew 1. The 7Hz Savnot Zero, the second generation, sounds completely different from Zero 1. But in this case, I would say that the sound signature is pretty much the same, which is to describe a beautifully well-balanced sound signature, just a little extra low end to make sure that the bass feels full, the sound sounds nice and energetic, and with the treble quite accurately and beautifully represented so that it still sounds airy without any treble roll-off and without any sibilance. Alright guys, so from my point of view, the Headphones On X Tangsu 1 or 2 is easily one of the best sounding IEMs at this price segment. That's a pretty easy recommendation. But along with this beautiful design that they've done just for us here in India, I really think that Tangsu's gone over and above anything that we could have asked from them. And it's just stunning to hold and to, absolutely see in person. And I'd love for all of you to be able to have this in your hand and to listen to it in person. So please come down to our experience studio here in the suburbs of Mumbai. We love having visitors over, and we'd love for you to try out the Tangsu 1 or 2 along with all the other IEMs in the segment to give us your thoughts. And if you're not here in Mumbai, then of course look out for a Headphone Connect event that is happening at a city near you. In a couple of months' time, we're going to be traveling the length and breadth of India, literally to every major city. So I'm pretty sure that you should find a Headphone Connect event happening close by. And we'd love for you to listen to this at the event. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.